Understanding uninsured motorist coverage versus underinsured motorist coverage. Hi, I'm attorney Wil Alexander, an injury attorney right here in the CSRA. I wanted to talk with those of you who live in South Carolina about your car insurance coverage. So what you may not know is you have multiple coverages available in your car insurance. What most people think about is your liability coverage, but in this video, I'm talking about uninsured coverage and underinsured coverage and what the differences are in those coverages. So uninsured coverage in South Carolina, you have to have the minimum policy limits of uninsured motorist coverage. So that would cover you if you were hit by a driver that did not have insurance. So there's a lot of drivers out there that unfortunately drive without insurance, and that uninsured coverage would cover you in that circumstance. Now, underinsured motorist coverage covers you if someone hits you and they do not have adequate insurance coverage. So let's say someone were to hit you and they have minimum liability limits of $25,000 and your medical bills are $75,000. Well, there's a $50,000 difference in your medical bills on what that coverage that's available and those medical bills. So underinsured coverage you do not have to have in South Carolina, but I would urge you to ask your insurance agent about both uninsured coverage, upping those limits of your uninsured coverage, and also getting yourself underinsured motorist coverage is super important because, again, there are people who drive without insurance, and you want to make sure you have those uninsured motorist coverage limits as high as you possibly can, and your underinsured motorist coverage in case someone were to strike you, your family in the vehicle, and they don't have adequate insurance. A lot of people drive with these minimum policy limits of $25,50, which is $25,000 per person, $50,000 per accident, and medical bills are extremely expensive when people are involved in wrecks, especially more catastrophic accidents. So I'd really encourage you to talk with your insurance agent about uninsured motorist coverage that protects you if someone hits you and they don't have insurance coverage, and also underinsured motorist coverage. It really doesn't cost that much per month to get these coverages. And make sure also to talk with your agent about having the same coverage on each vehicle. So it's important to keep in mind that you need to have the same coverage on multiple vehicles. If, let's say, I owned 3 vehicles and 2 of them had uninsured to a $250,000 limit, let's say, and also uninsured, but I had a third vehicle that did not have that high of limits on uninsured and did not have underinsured coverage. If I'm driving vehicle number 3, that vehicle is a measuring vehicle and it would limit the amount that you're able to recover. So super important to talk with your agent about how it helps you to have uninsured coverage, upping those limits, and then also underinsured motorist coverage, because importantly, if you don't have these coverages, you can't, after a wreck, go back and get them. So super important to keep that in mind. Definitely ask your agent about that. If you'd like for me to review your policy of what you got and kind of how you can be protected, I'd be happy to do that for you. But definitely mention those uninsured. So uninsured versus underinsured motorist coverage here in South Carolina. Make sure you're aware of that. Talk with your agent and help protect you and your family. So if you ever have any questions about anything, feel free to shoot me an email, text our line 24/7. Be happy to talk to you and hope you take care.